They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. 2nd and 7.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. Mayfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down inside the red zone past the Seattle 15. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
McCaffrey is in. Touchdown 49ers. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. And he'll get in as they're back within a score now. The lead's down to 7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives. So a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. And the Niners get there and bring him down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. They go play action here on 1st down. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And now there's a scooped up by the 49ers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Make it 2 weeks in a row now. He's kind of been Johnny on the spot. A fumble recovered last week, and now 2 in a row.
Reminds me a little bit of an old teammate of mine. We used to call him the Vulture because he would swoop in and clean up after the play was made. But, boy, we said it with a lot of affection because he made a lot of game-changing plays by getting to the football that had been knocked loose.
What was your nickname, by the way?
Can you go get me some water, guy, please? The rest of us are
right. Too humble. Mayfield now. And his throw is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one. That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
He's got his target. That's complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Pressure comes and down he goes. Boye Mafe. That is It's now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Mayfield. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And he's got the 1st down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Boye Mafe able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. Throwing. Mayfield. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. And the Seahawks are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Here's Walker to start the drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. They'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jameson Williams, 81 yards. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Now the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd and 4. Open man right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Off the option, he'll try and run with it. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half, Mayfield. This one caught by Kittle. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Open man, the former Gator. It's Ricky Pearsall. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
That's caught by Ayuk on the slant. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now Mayfield. Got it. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Able to fight through one tackle. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 2. Mayfield to throw it. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Reek Little. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well because it's not quite no harm, no foul. But the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
3rd and 20.
They'll drop to throw. Complete to Stewart, right side.
And no sidestepping that hit. He's going to be brought down hard, and it also sets up 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Mayfield. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Niners are back within a score. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Well, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left.
A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got it. Caught it in.
You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more.
Don't be afraid of the bounce. See when your things levels gotta change to get mouth. How can I walk in doubt? Never been a beg, never been a loud mouth. Pen can go for days. I'm obsessed with it, can't change my ways. So blessed with it, what can I say? Top form staying in shape.
You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more.
I'm gonna run it up, though you know your fun is up. James knew back when I was coming up. Didn't wanna know then, now I bet they're loving us no more. No, R&R's the bar is raised. If you know me, know I can bar for days. Nothing left to prove cause I've done enough. Lights out, still gonna keep the torch. Check your little piece, wanna see some more?
You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more. You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some, see some. I never mind if people change. I wanna try and heal my pain. How do you buy what can't be sold? How can you lie to me in my face, in my face, in my face, in my face, in my face? That's how still gonna keep the torch. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more.
You can put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my own cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 no permission. Hit the ignition and beat the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. King of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the inner harbor of Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. Wes Watkins going to bring it back. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. The NFL's leading rusher a season ago, Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup to the 24. Roquan Smith there to bring him down. 2nd and 7. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll weave his way down close to that 1st down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be 3rd down and short. 3rd and a yard. It's Daniels. He's got a man. It's McLaurin. He'll get out of bounds. A gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a 1st down. The tight end Ertz in motion. McCaffrey now on 1st and 10. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Yet another Alabama back in the league. This is Brian Robinson. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He's got the veteran Zach Ertz. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 now from the 36. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He's got his tight end. There's Ertz. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They face 2nd down and 7. They'll run it here with Robinson. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. He's out of bounds right around the 5-yard line. They'll run with Robinson. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. A little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. One more time, it's Robinson. He slams it in there, and he is in. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Washington. It's his third touchdown on the year. The extra point by Gay is good. And the Commanders will take a 7-0 lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They run with the longtime Titan. It's Derrick Henry. And this play's going nowhere. Taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started.
With the score, Commanders 7, Ravens nothing.
Here's a 2nd and 12. Now Jackson. Now a screen set up for Henry. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's 3rd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. That's to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Third and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. That'll be caught right side by the rookie wideout.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the...
The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down.
Just a great individual effort, and when you have a guy that can win his one-on-one matchups, now it becomes less about who's blocking him and how do we block him. Expect the offense to make some adjustments because right now, one-on-one, this defender is going to win every time.
They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. A good run there to the 34-yard line. That is a first down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game.
And he will score. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, Commanders. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Tylan Wallace now on the return. He'll be out of bounds just past the 25. Jackson now to throw on first down. He'll air one out for Higgins. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked off by Mikey Sandmerstill. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Commanders first down. Now Daniels. Going right back to Samuel. He's got it again. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And the Commanders are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's a run. And he's in. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Washington. That's his second touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. The extra point by Gay is good. And the Commanders will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Play action now. Jackson. That's downfield, and he's got Andrews, his tight end. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. He's going to air this one out. And this will be incomplete.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. Next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Jackson now on 2nd down. Open man, that's Bateman downfield. Now the Ravens use their first timeout.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Again, it's Jackson. That's going to be incomplete. They say no to the field goal, but that backfires. They're going to come away with nothing as this first half comes to an end. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They're going to go right back to Henry. And he'll take this up, working towards the first down mark. He gets 5, but is just a little short of the first down. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for this with Henry. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line with the official signal. He's got enough for the first down. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. He'll tuck it and take off. A hit, and he has lost the football. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want. But now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball. More bodies around the ball carrier. Because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often. And when they do, you got to seize the moment.
And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Daniels.
So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers downfield. All he can manage to do is get back to the original line of scrimmage.
And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
That return not going to work out at all. He backs up trying to make something happen and is belted down for a loss on the return. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Henry. Derrick Henry. The speed on display. He's in. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Ravens. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run play is to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6. Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
This one taken at the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. He finds the veteran Ertz. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. On the give, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to take this past the 45. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass. And I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Daniels now on 1st down. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Daniels now going to look to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. You talk about the opportune time. The defense helps close the gap. A huge play to make this one a closer game.
Yeah, and anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, you're looking for that spark. And boy, did the defense provide it. Not only creating the turnover, they take it back for 6, and they get themselves right back into this game.
Throwing Jackson. And he will win the race to the pylon. In for the 2-point conversion. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Here to take it back, Quez Watkins. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. They'll motion over Samuel. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
That's taken in.
Some teams just have a stronger appetite for being willing to go for 4th down tries, even on their side of the field, Mike, and we're seeing it so much more often. The days of just punting the ball back and forth and saying, hey, we're going to play good defense. Remember, the better your defense, that doesn't mean you should punt. The better your defense, the more chances you should take on offense.
And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Terry McLaurin, touchdown Commanders. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the end zone. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. On 1st and 10, Jackson. He'll air one out for Higgins. That is brought in. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 79 yards. Touchdown, Baltimore. Greg, they are pecking A very big touchdown gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
And he'll get into the end zone, doing it on his own. Successful two-point conversion. Looking to double up here, score the touchdown. They want more. They're lining up for an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
They run straight ahead with McCaffrey. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. They run once more with McCaffrey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now. Daniels. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. And he will get into the end zone and extend the lead by 2 more. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Justice Hill to return. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. On 1st down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. A 1st down throw for Jackson. Going for it all. And he will score. Game on. Touchdown, Baltimore. Big moment here for the Ravens as they will go for the 2-point conversion. Now it's Jackson. That is incomplete. And the 2-point conversion is unsuccessful. So, 2 timeouts, plus the 2-minute warning available, yet they'll go with an onside kick.
That's a big risk in this situation here, Mike. They're hoping to catch them by surprise, but now when you fail, the other team is able to not only have a short field, they got a chance to extend their lead.
A run here with McCaffrey. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a 1-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
They'll go back to McCaffrey on 1st down.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
On the handoff, here's Robinson running right. And that'll give him a 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3. They'll go again with Robinson. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. They'll run for it. It's McCaffrey. And this is not going to be enough. He is short of the marker. And they have turned it over on downs.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs.
And that's going to be incomplete. The defense holds here in the final minute, and they're going to get out of here with a victory. So, a win here on the road for the Commanders. They continue to be the hottest team in the NFL here in the first couple of months of the season as they remain unbeaten. So, that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.
I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more? 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 So gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a